Hello everyone, I'm your host Haroon Zuberi. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Apple recently launched 14-inch and 16-inch Macbook Pro. Also, we are going to discuss that now we have M1 and M1 Max chip in these two new laptops. So let's compare them all with the previously one laptops that we already have, that is MacBook Air and MacBook 13-inch Pro. As we all know that Apple already have launched its M1 chip in its MacBook Pro 13-inch and MacBook Air plus in its iPhone. But now Apple recently launched two new chips, that is M1 Pro and M1 Max in its 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's discuss about their pricing and the new features that are coming in and out from the MacBook Pro. So let's get started. As we all know that we have here a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro has Apple M1 chip, MacBook 13 has M1 chip, MacBook 14 and 16 has M1 Pro chip and M1 Max chip. So let's compare them all here. Apple M1 chip has 8 cores. Apple M1 chip in the MacBook Pro 13-inch has 8 cores, but M1 chip in the 14-inch and 16-inch M1 Max and M1 Pro chip has 10 cores, up to 10 cores. They can be 8 cores, but they can have 10 cores as well. So in the GPU, they have 8-core GPU, but the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro has 32-core GPU. That is awesome. Now let's discuss about the unified memory. In the MacBook Air, we have 16 unified memory. In the 13-inch MacBook Pro, we have 16 unified memory. But in the M1 Pro chip and M1 Max 14-inch and 16-inch machine, we have up to 64 GB unified memory, guys. That's really great. Now let's discuss about the SSD comparison. We have 2 TB SSD in the M1 chip Air, 2 TB SSD in the M1 chip with the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and up to 8 TB SSD with the M1 Pro chip and M1 Max chip. That is really great, guys. Till now the machine is really killing. Now let's discuss about the display. We have 13.3 inch in the MacBook Air, 13.3 inch in the 13-inch MacBook Pro, but now we have two new display options here, 14.2 and 16.2. 14.2 inch, we will discuss them all about later, but right now it seems really awesome, guys. Now let's talk about the battery life. Up to 18 hours battery life for the MacBook Air, up to 20 hours battery life for the MacBook Pro 13-inch, but with the M1 Pro and M1 Max chip, we have up to 21 hours of battery life, which is really great and now killing us to buy this machine. For the camera, if we see, we have 720p FaceTime HD camera in the MacBook Air, 720p FaceTime HD camera in the MacBook Pro 13-inch, but now we have 1080p FaceTime HD camera in the new MacBook 14-inch and 16-inch. Now let's talk about the weight. We have 2.8 lbs for the MacBook Air, 3.0 lbs for the MacBook Pro 13-inch, 3.5 lbs for the 14-inch, and 4.7 lbs for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. They all have Touch ID, but 13-inch have Touch Bar and Touch ID. But now sadly, guys, I'm really sad to say that in the new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro, the Touch Bar is gone. Now let's compare about the prices, compare all MacBook models. We will discuss them all in the next video. Stay tuned with me, guys. See you next time.